Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here. Oh shit, am I chewing gum? And this is... I've probably broke something. But this is what if Naruto had a karma seal. Anyway, last time we left off with Naruto actually returning to the village after pretty much having a little bit of a quarrel with Sasuke about him returning to the village, and of course he declined. And yeah, after all of this, of course, Naruto and Team 7 returned, and yeah. Now, of course, once they return, Naruto does find out about Asuma's death, and yeah, so Naruto goes off to find the Akatsuki members, and with Team 10, and so Naruto here has a much easier time with pretty much Kakuzu, since Kakuzu is fighting Naruto instead. And one more thing, Kakashi would easily be able to take out Kakuzu now because he's really used to the Kaguya at this point. And anyways, now Naruto against Kakuzu goes a bit similar, no, not a bit similar, it's a bit like this. Kakuzu tries to attack Naruto with everything that he's got, all 5 hearts at once, but Naruto easily absorbs everything and then activates his Karma Seal, showing off his power, and activating his Eye of Fear too. And yeah, Naruto then becomes intangible and decapitates Kakuzu, but Kakuzu is able to survive, and so Naruto's alright then, and he just flies up in the air, not flies up, but jumps up in the air with a Rasen Shuriken. He smashes it down into the ground, destroying Kakuzu's body, all 5 hearts at once. And that Rasen Shuriken was no joke. It had power in it, like a massive power. All the chakra that he absorbed from those attacks from Kakuzu, he output every single one of them together, and destroyed Kakuzu. Now, Shikamaru easily takes out Hidan on his own, and anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say, to be honest. No, I'm joking. Of course, Sasuke finally decided to kill Orochimaru, which the word spread pretty fucking fast. Anyways, Orochimaru leaves, makes Team Heavy. Yeah. And yeah, Naruto hears about this and is like, what's Sasuke trying to do now? However, during this time, we all know that Jiraiya was actually trying to find more information about the Akatsuki leader, and so he still tells he still goes off, not into the Rain Village, but he's actually going to find more information. And anyways, now Sasuke still goes to fight Itachi, and here Itachi is easily being overwhelmed at first. However, Itachi, once he actually starts taking it a bit more seriously, Sasuke really doesn't have much of a chance there. Anyways, so now that Naruto pretty much is... Anywho, of course, Itachi and Sasuke were going at it with their Susanos at this point. Itachi was having a much harder time against Sasuke. However, and Sasuke wasn't going to let him even get near taking him over. But anyways, after this, anywho, now, of course, Sasuke went all out with everything he has. Would release Susanoo. Even Susanoo Armored would release. You haven't seen that, have you? And also, Sasuke has become so good with the release that he's actually been using wood clones with Susanoos, which in the end, Itachi is still overpowered, and you know, that just shows how overpowered Itachi is, because we're not talking about Madara would release clones with Susanoo, we're talking about Sasuke would release clones with Susanoo, much weaker. Tens of thousands of times weaker at this point. There's no way Sasuke stands even a tiny little bit of chance against Madara. Madara rapes him, fam. Alright, maybe not. We move. Anyways, Sasuke still did the Kirin, which then Itachi had to whip out the... oh shit, what's it called? I'm joking, the Yata mirror. You think I'm dumb? Anyways, I am dumb. Now, of course, in the end, Itachi still told Sasuke that he's sorry, and died without giving an explanation to Sasuke or anything. And anywho, now, after all of this, Naruto and Naruto actually heard the news about Sasuke and Itachi fighting, but there was no news about Itachi or anything yet. And so Naruto had to search even more, and in the end found out that Itachi was killed in the process. And anywho, Naruto wanted to find Sasuke, however, he actually got caught up with something else. He actually had a bad premonition, and Naruto doesn't have these too often. However, his eye started hurting, and this happened once before. His eye hurt before Tsukome and Sasuke left. The day before, his eye started aching, and the same thing happened. And this time, he actually decided to wait. Hold up, who's the closest person to me? And then basically both Tsunade and everyone that he's close to came up, but there was one person that stood out from all of them, and that was Jiraiya. So he actually asked Tsunade if Jiraiya came, but well, he wanted to ask Jiraiya. Anyways, now he doesn't find Tsunade, which makes him a bit worried, thinking that maybe something happened, and in the end actually goes around the whole entire village searching for them using sensory abilities, and he finds them in a bar, thanking the higher beings, and actually goes to talk to them. And right before he actually talks to them, he overhears Jiraiya saying that tomorrow or after this meeting he will be going to find the Akatsuki leader, and then said, "Do not tell Naruto." Naruto says, "Why?" And as he says that, he looks down on the ground and he says, "Why? Why do you never tell me about these things? You know how much I have to go through. You know how much pain it will cause me if you don't return. Why? Why don't you want to tell me? Why don't you want to take me? If you took me, you would have a much better chance. Why? Tell me." And then Jiraiya says, "Naruto, I was trying to avoid this topic with you, but the only reason is, it's because it's too dangerous. You're going straight into the Akatsuki's hands. That's why I don't want to take you with me." And Naruto says, "I don't care. If you die, who else can protect me? You're pretty much the strongest one here. I'm sorry, but it's true. There's no one else that could." Think about it. And Jiraiya then says, "If I die, I get intel about them, and you'll become the strongest. You'll be training, right?" And Naruto says, "No, because you're not going to die. I'm going to come with you no matter what." And then Jiraiya and Naruto actually start a fight. And Jiraiya then says, then Tsunade actually, to stop this fight, says, "How about you make a bet?" And Naruto and Jiraiya are all ears. And she says, "Whoever is the strongest out of the two gets to decide what happens." And Naruto then says, "I'm down." And Jiraiya's like, "Oh my god, I never really thought it would come down to this." Anyways, they go out and a massive fight happens. A lot of people actually felt this fight literally going down. They felt the pressure from these two, and Naruto was laying out everything he had. He goes, and Kakashi came. Anyways, of course, the people who actually do come out are pretty much every single one of the Rookie 9, and including Guy's team, and even Danzo in the shadows. They're all watching this fight go down, and they were actually pretty far away from the village. Not the village, but pretty far away from, public areas. And they still felt it, and Naruto then says, "Who cares?" And they all saw this fight go down. Naruto begins by trying to blitz Jiraiya. However, Jiraiya was able to go into Sage Mode straight away, and here Jiraiya even mastered it. Jiraiya mastered Sage Mode during the time while Naruto was doing missions back for the village, and it's something that would alternate the story and this fight. Anyways, this fight would have easily been won by Naruto, maybe with high difficulty if Jiraiya went to imperfect Sage Mode. However, now we don't know. Jiraiya then is able to easily dodge Naruto and then punch him right in the face. However, as he does that, Naruto actually disappears. It was just a clone. Now, Naruto actually kicks Jiraiya right in the gut. However, Jiraiya doesn't feel too much of it, and then just does the fireball jutsu, which is pretty massive, which Naruto has to absorb. Remember, his unintangibility is immune. Well, not immune. His unintangibility cannot be used against Sage Mode users or Sage chakras, which just goes to show that Naruto is pretty much, well, Jiraiya is a pretty hard counter to Naruto. Now, Naruto and Jiraiya just smile at each other and they say, "You've gone stronger," and they attack each other again. This time in a taijutsu fight. The taijutsu is really similar. However, Naruto just has that little bit of an upper hand or upper edge in taijutsu, just because of his speed. However, Jiraiya's raw strength, thanks to Sage Mode, just makes up for it. And Jiraiya's getting stronger and stronger, being able to absorb more Sage Mode, nature energy than Naruto, because Naruto just learned it, while Jiraiya was used to like imperfect Sage Mode, so he's already had a taste of it. It wasn't his first ever fight in Sage Mode, but it was the first ever one in perfect Sage Mode. Not, but however, he's still really used to the Sage or nature energy. Anyways, now they both go at each other, and it's a pretty intense fight. After a few minutes of fighting just with taijutsu, even guys like the taijutsu, it's just on the level of Lee, maybe even me. But Naruto, it seems that he has speed, but he doesn't have enough power. I guess Naruto's losing this, but it's not true. Naruto is still not fully trying. He hasn't used his Karma Seal yet. He's using his Eye ability, which makes him a lot stronger. However, he's not using every single technique that he has. Anyways, now Naruto, using his Eye ability again, is able to warp through a technique that another fireball jutsu. However, this time Naruto realizes that he's been able to warp through Sage Chakra or Nature Energy, people with Sage Mode, and that is something that Naruto didn't know, and that is something that I didn't tell you guys. Naruto, of course, cannot do it, but I never said forever. He is at a disadvantage, but it doesn't mean that Naruto cannot get over this disadvantage. This obstacle can be got over. So Naruto literally jumped over the obstacle. He finally learned how to actually use his warping ability against Sage or Nature Energy, because Naruto is one who learns while fighting as well. Remember, the more you fight, the more experience you get. And since Naruto, even though he's not a full alien clan, which I'm not going to mention because I don't have a clan for it. However, thanks to his Nine Tails chakra, the Otsutsuki chakra that he has from Ryo, and also the Otsutsuki power that he has from the Sage Ashura, are finally manifesting together, and they're giving Naruto the opportunity to do it. However, Naruto has only been able to do it once, and he needs a lot more practice. And this will take years to hone to a point where Naruto can do it against anyone. This has just been a fluke, because the next fireball jutsu you got hit straight on, and he was scorched. Anyways, Naruto then says failure is not an option. I have to win this. And so Naruto says that he's going to finish this fight in the next move. And as he says that, a massive fireball jutsu with toad oil was heading towards him, which made it even stronger. And Naruto absorbed all of it and said, "It's over now." And as he says that, he looks at Jiraiya and then says, "It's finished." And as he says that, he's able to teleport next to Jiraiya, a technique that has never been seen before. And this is a new technique, the technique unlocked by Naruto. Not even Ryo or his father were able to unlock this, but this was a legendary technique from his clan, the father's clan. And it was a technique of being able to literally warp to somewhere you want, not warp through things, but somewhere you want, somewhere you can see, of course, something that is visible to you. You can warp there, which not as basically teleportation, but teleportation you can teleport towards anywhere, like Goku's teleportation. As long as you can feel the power, you can teleport there. Minato's teleportation, as long as your Kuna is there, you can teleport there. And teleportation for like SAO, the crystals, transporting crystals, where you can teleport through floors. Yes, it's basically teleportations, not literal gates, or it's basically teleportation, you know what I mean. While Naruto's one is literally a visual teleportation, is basically Sasuke's ability. However, this is much less chakra draining than Sasuke's one, and much easier. Anyways, now Naruto did it for the first time and had the Rasengan right in his hand. Of course, Jiraiya At first he thought that he could dodge this. However, Naruto's speed was way too high, and this chakra, this is only used by Naruto because he absorbed enough chakra. Naruto, of course, having enough chakra to do it in the first place, it's easy for Naruto to do it, but there is a certain condition. Naruto has to have absorbed enough chakra to do it. If Naruto hasn't absorbed enough chakra, the chakra threshold is high as fuck. So if he hasn't reached that chakra absorption level, he cannot do it. That just shows that's a drawback to it. However, Minato's one, he can do it whenever. Sasuke's one, he can do it whenever. As long as they have enough chakra, it's fine. And that's why I said that it doesn't drain too much chakra away from Naruto, because this chakra is all the chakra that he stole, or he absorbed. So it doesn't really affect him in any way. It doesn't actually affect his default chakra that he already has. It affects the chakra that he absorbed, which can be used in many other ways, adding it towards Naruto's chakra, using techniques. You see what I mean? And that's the only way he can do it, because once he absorbs it with the Karma Seal, he actually goes to his eye. This is something that is all thanks to Ryo. Ryo actually unlocked. Ryo would have been the only one to unlock this technique, even though it's a legendary technique. But it's a legendary technique that has only been used by one person, and that one person was the Otsutsuki who had this eye. It wasn't no hybrid. It was literally the founder of his father's clan. And anyways, Ryo's father's clan. Anyways, I'm not going to go into that kind of backstory because there's no time for that. This is the final part, and I want to cover everything as fast as I can. Not as fast as I can, but it's a bit vague. However, if I go to their backstory, which I made up, I know the backstory, and yes, I have wrote it down somewhere, but I don't want to explain it because it's just too long. It would literally make an hour with itself. I'm joking, but 20 minutes. But anyway, Naruto then actually smashed the Rasengan into Jiraiya, and Jiraiya went flying, which made him lose his Sage Mode, and Jiraiya gave up. Yes, Naruto has showed to be stronger than Jiraiya, even though it's mostly a fluke. Naruto hasn't showed his Karma Seal fully yet. Naruto hasn't had his Karma Seal go all the way up to his eye. He only used the absorbing ability. And anyways, of course, there are other abilities from the Karma Seal that Naruto can use, but we have not known them yet. For example, there is one. Naruto can make a sword, which is shown in the Boruto vs Kawaki special, but I can't really say that he can, because I don't know if it's canon or not. And plus, I don't watch the Boruto manga anymore. I don't watch the Boruto manga. What? I don't read the. Oh my god! I don't watch the Boruto anime anymore. I read the manga now. Anyways, and plus there is a lot about the karma that we still have to learn. All the abilities. We know that it can absorb chakra. We know that it can make a sword somehow or something, and it just boosts your physical strength. And anyways, plus Naruto's one is a special one now, and also you can warp through dimensions. And anywho, now of course Naruto and Jiraiya go to Pain together the next day. Everyone saw it, and they were really impressed by Naruto's strength. Anywho, now after all of this, Naruto and Jiraiya went together to fight Pain, and here they were actually able to do really well against Pain. However, they still had to escape because Pain had the upper hand of surprise. Well, surprise as I mean as Pain had abilities that Naruto and Jiraiya didn't know about, and in the end Pain had used the Chubaku Tensei. Yes, he had to use it against them, which they actually escaped because they were able to reverse summoning jutsu together. And anyways, Naruto had to learn Sage Mode because he realized that he was really a liability there. Even though he did really well, he still was a lot slower than Jiraiya, especially because Jiraiya wasn't really trying to kill Naruto the night before, or the fight before their fight against Pain. Anyways, Naruto during this time learned the perfected Sage Mode within 2 weeks, but by the time they both return, they see that the village is pretty much destroyed, and they get pretty pissed, easily beat Pain, and in the end they go to Nagato, and Nagato still decides to revive all the people that got killed. And yeah, Conan decides to stay back, and they return to actually find out about the Five Kage Summit. Of course, Jiraiya had to go there instead of Tsunade. Tsunade still, even though Jiraiya never died here, she still went through the traumatization of all the people that lost their lives. And here, Danzo goes with Jiraiya instead. Danzo and Kakashi and Jiraiya. Jiraiya was actually announced as the temporary sixth Hokage. But anyways, after all of this, now Naruto actually hears about Sasuke's uh, doings, and Sasuke has the he doesn't have the Eternal Mangekyo yet, but Sasuke is losing his vision. Yet he was able to capture team. I mean, no, the Eight Tails, and Team Taka has been created. Of course, going after the Eight Tails. The Eight Tails had no chance against someone who Master would release. Anywho, now Sasuke and Naruto still decided to go and find Sasuke. And Naruto never met his father yet. Anywho, he actually went to stop the Raikage from killing Sasuke, and in the end Sasuke kills Danzo, and Naruto stops Sasuke, and Sasuke laughs, saying that he'll become much stronger, and Naruto says that if they do fight now, they will both die, which is a complete lie. Naruto would slap up Sasuke easily. Even with Sage Mode, he would slap him so hard. Anyways, now Naruto and the rest go back, and the fourth Great Ninja War has been announced. Sasuke gains his Eternal Mangekyo. Naruto goes to actually master the Nine Tails' strength on his own, and the Nine Tails was actually impressed by Naruto's improvement and actually was eager to fight Naruto. Since Naruto was much more cool-headed here, the Nine Tails never really got a chance to actually take over Naruto, and Tsukome hasn't been showing up much. Tsukome has now become one of the users of the Rinnegan. Yes, Tsukome finally got her Eternal Mangekyo, and since she got one of the eyes, the other one became the Eternal Mangekyo while she had the Rinnegan. And yes, she didn't need both the eyes, because if she did have both the eyes, they would turn into Rinnegans, which wouldn't make sense, and more like plot convenience here. Anywho, now Naruto actually, after fighting the Nine Tails, meeting his parents, finally understanding what truly happened on that night, actually goes off to the war on his own. And here he still meets Itachi, who gave him the gift as per normal, and Nagato. Nagato was really impressed by Naruto. Naruto was actually using his Karma Seal at the same time, and his Eye of Fear with his KCM. And of course, the fight went a lot different. Since Nagato didn't have to fight two Jinchuriki, he actually still took some of Naruto's chakra to become youthful, and Naruto had to fight both Itachi, a prime Itachi basically at this point. Not a prime Itachi, but an Itachi who can use his Susanoo, he can spam his Susanoo, and a Nagato who now is in his prime, and they were actually losing the fight. Naruto was way too strong here, fast and swiftly able to take out Itachi's Susanoo, one punch the hell out of it. Even the Yatamura couldn't stop Naruto, remember. The Yatamura can stop anything except for Taijutsu abilities. So Taijutsu is a good counter to the Yatamura, and Naruto was able to crack the Yatamura and even destroy it with a punch, and pretty much seemed a bit like Tsunade. And anyways, Naruto did take that from Tsunade. Naruto saw how Sakura and Tsunade did it, and so he's like, thank you Sakura, thank you Tsunade Bachan. And anyways, now he actually goes to Nagato, who's about to do the Chubaku Tensei. However, Naruto, using one of the sealing abilities that he learned from Jiraiya, was able to seal him away and said, I'm sorry, but I will fulfill your dream. World peace. Understood. And basically Nagato just smiles, because he's now free from the reanimation jutsu by Kabuto, and in the end Naruto was facing Itachi, and Itachi then just did a jutsu, which then actually Naruto spat the bird, and in the end Itachi finally got out the Genjutsu, not Genjutsu, but he was put under the Kotomatsukami, which made him think that which actually released him from the Kabuto's grasps. But anyways, it didn't really, it's a bit complicated to explain. Basically, he was still under the reanimation jutsu caster. However, because he was put under the genjutsu of the Kotomatsukami, he thinks that he's doing what the Kotomatsukami user wants him to do. However, he made the Kotomatsukami trick him to actually go against Kabuto, because Kabuto was a threat to the Leaf Village as well, because the Kotomatsukami was set to actually be used on Sasuke in case he turned against the village one day. And anyways, he had to be used on him in the end to actually, and Itachi then told Naruto, after burning the eye, that everything, and he told him that he'll stop the reanimation jutsu. And Naruto said, Itachi, you have to explain properly to Sasuke. Sasuke has gone to the dark side. He's with the Akatsuki, do you understand? And he explained everything about Sasuke. Cool-headed Naruto. He wasn't like, no, you have to stop. You know what I mean? Anyways, Naruto goes off to fight the next fight that he has to fight. Of course, he sent clones all around the battlefield, and those clones can use the first bit of the Karma Seal, so if the first state of the Karma Seal, not the full Karma Seal, but they can use the absorbing bit, absorbing part of the Karma Seal and everything. Anyways, now Naruto actually has to fight all the Jinchuriki except for Gaara. So every single Jinchuriki with their tail beast, and in the end, Naruto's here unlocks KCM2 thanks to him and the Nine Tails actually teaming up, and easily takes out every single tail beast and saves them, but he couldn't save them fully, and still gets the power of the tail beasts. And here he even gets the 8 tails power earlier. And anyways, now Naruto, Guy and Kakashi go to fight the war, and not fight the 10 tails now. Anyways, now Madara was revived and Kabuto was taken out, and now of course everyone was fighting the 10 tails. However, a new figure popped up. Tsukome has finally arrived to the battlefild with a perfect Susanoo flying in the air, and Sasuke was still talking with the full Kage by now. And yeah, now anywho, Naruto then asks Tsukome why, and Tsukome says, I'm sorry, Naruto. And anyways, as she says that, she goes straight towards Naruto, faster than anyone could see other than Naruto. And Naruto was not tired here. Naruto had a lot more chakra, and as Tsukome was about to literally seal away Naruto's tail beast within one shot by using the dragons, the seeding dragons, of course, she was about to take Naruto's soul and everything. However, Naruto was able to stop it by actually absorbing it with his Karma Seal, and then asks Tsukome why. And basically then Madara arrived after slapping the 5 Kage and told Tsukome, come to me. And Naruto then just looks at Tsukome and literally makes her look at her, and then just looks at Tsukome's eyes, and Tsukome was confused and then kisses her in front of everyone, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And Tsukome blushing, and then Naruto screaming at Madara and says that she is his and not a tool for him to use to fulfill his plans to pretty much ruin this world. And Tsukome is like, what are you doing, Naruto? And Naruto says, listen, Tsukome, you've been tricked your whole life. This plan of an infinite world of dreams cannot happen. Do you really think a world like that can exist? It's impossible. Where a world like that is really impossible. There is nothing perfect in this world, and there will be no world that is perfect. You have to make the perfect world. You can't just use something to make it. You yourself have to be the change that you want. If you want to change, you have to be that change. Anyways, Tsukome was changed right there with that one talk no jutsu, and then she looked at Madara in a way that Madara has never seen before. And Tsukome then said, so you've been tricking me this whole time. A world like that doesn't exist, does it? Where I can be with my parents. And Madara then says, you can. However, you have to be on my side. And as he says that, Sasuke and the other 4 Kage arrive. Well, first Minato, and the 10 tails literally fired off a tail beast bomb, and Madara said, if you don't want to be on my side, it's fine, I'll kill you too. Anyways, now then, as the tail beast was coming, of course Minato was getting ready to send away. However, Naruto gets in front of everyone and literally absorbs it easily with no fear in his eyes, and then says, well, first you'll have to go through me. And as he says that, he tells everyone to get ready to fight, and of course the 4 Crimson formation was taken, and Madara still started fighting Hashirama's clone, and everyone attacked the 10 tails while it was actually vulnerable. And here they did a lot more damage, while Obito actually returns and then absorbs the 10 tails. Anyways, now of course Naruto, Tsukome, Sasuke all had to go up against, well, because they are pretty much the strongest there. And even Minato actually went into his Kurama avatar to actually fight off the threat, which is Obito right now. Anyways, now after all of this, Naruto was still able to talk no jutsu Obito, and Obito went to the good side again because he was in the first place. And in the end, Madara extracted all the tail beasts underneath everyone's noses and well, sealed them away and became the 10 toes Jinchuriki. Naruto then falls to the ground, dying, while Tsukumo was still trying to keep him alive with Sakura, and Sasuke still gets killed. And in the end, Naruto meets the Sages weeks pass, and Obito still gives Naruto the 9 tails, and anywho, half the 9 tails, and he absorbed some of the 6 plus stage himself. And in the end, Naruto actually saves that guy, gives back, and right before he gave back Obito, Kakashi's eye, Obito gives him his own eye, and Naruto said, let me do something, and literally with his right hand gives Obito another eye. And Kakashi's eye, he actually makes it so that he can activate and deactivate the Kakashi Sharingan, actually deactivate it straight away. And Naruto's like, now you can activate and deactivate the Sharingan whenever, just like Obito. And Obito then says, then take this too. And Naruto's like, hey, yo fam, this takes chakra. Anyways, now of course everyone's ready to fight, even Tsukome is there, and Tsukome, of course, only having one Rinnegan, Madara actually decides to go for Tsukome at this point. And as he actually blitzed past through everyone, or tried to, of course, Naruto was the first one to actually see this. Madara was about to take her eyes, but then Naruto literally put his hand right in front of his face and literally pushed him away with one pretty powerful push and said, you don't get near her. And basically now the one in danger is Tsukome, and in the end, Naruto and Sasuke, even Tsukome, Kakashi and Obito, all of them work together to beat Madara. And in the end, Madara of course still used the infinite Tsukuyomi, which Kakashi was able to protect Tsukome, Naruto, him, Obito, Kakashi and Sakura, and everyone else except for the reanimations were put under the infinite Tsukuyomi. Even Jiraiya, which arrived with the 5 Kage. Anywho, now Naruto and the rest finally go. Madara gets betrayed, and Kaguya teleports everyone to her dimension. And here, Naruto says that he'll fight her. Just stay back. He'll go all out, and using every single one of the tail beast chakra unites them into one, and plus using a new ability of his own, his sword, which I'm just gonna give it to him because I thought that it would be really cool. He's using the sword of the Karma Seal, and everything together. He was able to literally blitz Kaguya. Yes, even blitz Kaguya, and Kaguya couldn't even react, and Naruto sliced her in half. And then he wasn't done there. Then he actually created a Kurama avatar to actually make a Rasen Shuriken to destroy Kaguya. And even Sasuke saw this. Sasuke thought that Kaguya had to be taken out together with his Naruto, because that's what the Sage of Success said. But Naruto trained himself so hard, he had so much more power. And now, of course, Ryo appeared in front of Naruto. Ryo's spirit was still in Naruto's Karma Seal, and this was the last little bit of Ryo's spirit, the last little fragments of it. And Ryo told Naruto that he did well. He grew up to be the man that he wanted to. And so Ryo's spirit hugs Naruto one last time before leaving. Naruto cries for a bit, but then unlocking another Karma Seal on his left hand now. Of course, he was confused. His right hand had a Karma Seal and the Sun Seal, of course, and he teleports everyone back to the real world. And Sasuke really didn't have to do anything. And anyways, they do the right side to release the infinite Tsukuyomi, and that was pretty much it. Sasuke actually thought of fighting Naruto, but then realized that he would just lose instantly now that he has 2 Karma Seals. And he saw what the Karma Seal just did for him. He created this sword so strong that he could even cut through a god. And he's like, yeah, I'm good, I'm not dying tonight. Anyways, in the end, everything ended well. Kakashi became the 6th Kage. Obito was happy for him. Obito and Sasuke were sent to jail, but thanks to Kakashi, and just saying, they can use the Susanoo. Yes, it hasn't been shown yet, but they know that they can do it. And anyways, Obito and Sasuke became actually went on a journey together to repent, and Obito would be the Shadow Hokage with Itachi, Sasuke. Did I say Itachi before? But anyways, sorry. Naruto actually, the movie The Lost actually happens per normal, other than that Naruto and Hinata don't really get together. But anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Tsukome in the end get married and have a kid, and that kid's called Boruto, and a few years later, Himawari. Of course, it's not. Her name is Himawari, but it's not the real Himawari. She's half a Chiha, and the next predecessor of both of them have one Sharingan. Yes, they unlocked the Sharingan straight away when they were kids, which was actually because of a fight they had, and they thought that they did something, and also they unlocked the Eye of Fear. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna end off, and Boruto will be covered another time, maybe. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weaves. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, my friend Hxmesh, my second channel, The King of Noobs, which I'm going to upload there soon enough once the event comes out, for fuck's sake. Anyways, also don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. Use my link in the description below for 5% off on your next $49 plus order. Use the code MEME, MEME, and for 10% off, use the code when you can get 10% off on your next $99 plus order with the code MEME, MEME. Also, now, yourself some good quality LED light up lamps from lamptee.com. Use my link and you can get a 10% off on any of your orders with the code lamptee dash the King of Weebs, and you can see the code in the description below. But I'll spell it for you: capital A, capital L, lowercase m, lowercase m, no wait, capital L, lowercase a, lowercase m, then PTE or lowercase lamp T, and double T. No wait, what the fuck? Capital L, and then no capitals, A M P T E E double E dash the King of Weaves. Everything capital on the King of Weaves except for the O and the F. Anyways, peace guys, take care. Ducklings dismissed. Peace.